Hey there, Joe Simons with Salt Strong. This is the independent review of the Soft Science Fin boot. Now, I've worn a lot of wading boots in my fishing career, and this by far is my favorite one. And no, I am not paid by them. I'm not a paid spokesperson. I'm not sponsored by Soft Science at all, but I will tell you this is my favorite. It does have a con as well, but let me tell you everything I love about these boots. Number one, I love the self-draining system. My old wading boots, the ones I normally wear, they don't drain. They don't drain at all. So if you've ever been walking, around on the grass flat or maybe back in your boat, and it's just, you feel all that water sticking in your boot, I hate that. I hated the fact I had all this nice neoprene and there was just water all inside of my boots. So this thing actually drains. You can see here it actually has a draining system so that as you start walking, if you are in a couple feet of water and all of a sudden you pull your boot out or get back on the boat or kayak, this thing will actually, the water starts flowing out of that front. Now also, if you notice on the top, it actually self-drains there as well, and it's got a little mesh, I believe it is, instead of just being all neoprene like a lot of the other wading boots are out there. The other thing I like about it, and to me this is one of the most important things, is the zipper. I have been using these boots now for quite a few months. I left it in storage after using it in salt water for probably 30 days before I brought it back out again, and the zipper is perfect. I've had so many of my old wading boots have gone bad, not because of the neoprene and not because of the sole, but because of that zipper going bad. There's nothing more irritating than that, and from what I can tell, they have a really amazing zipper on this boot. One other thing too, I love that this insole comes out. If you've got wading boots, they're gonna start stinking, especially if they've been in water and they're drying. This will actually come out, so you can actually wash this independently. You can see I got a little sand on there. You can actually take this out, wash it, and let this thing dry out even more. Wash the whole boot, obviously, if you want to, but I love the fact that this does come out. And you can see there's a lot of comfort in that as well. I'm not using these going offshore fishing. You certainly could, but in terms of comfort, these are gonna be a whole lot more comfortable than your normal boot. And the last thing is the sole. These things have amazing traction. They have that slip resistant, and of course, it's never gonna scuff up your boat, even though these are black boots. They are scuff proof, if you will, but I love the fact that these do handle really well on the rocks. I mean, there's literally no slip there at all, even on some of these wet ones. I've walked up and down these rocks before, and these things handle incredibly well. I've just kind of given you a good grip and just not letting you slip, which is really important, especially if you're out there on oyster beds and things like that. Now earlier I mentioned there was a con to this. The only con that I can see is they cost more than the ones I previously had. I'm hoping they last twice as long, if not a whole lot more. They're certainly more than 2 times more comfortable, but they're on the $89 range, and I believe they have them in camo now and a couple other colors. And if you want some of the other colors besides the black and I believe the hunter green, I believe it is like an extra $10. So you're talking from $89 to like $99. So that's the only con I can see. But otherwise, I love these boots. I mean, just incredibly comfortable. I love the fact that all the water pours out of here and it has a self-draining system, and I love the fact that I can take this out, the inseam, the insole, and it's not going to be stinking like a lot of my other boots do.